Hi Gemini, welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth, I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your love story for the 14th of February to the 16th of March 2020. We're going to look at three distinct areas for you today, my darlings. We'll look at who or what you could encounter over this time period. Secondly, your hidden feelings or their hidden feelings or what you're hiding from each other. And then finally, we'll look at moving forward. Okay, so how you're moving forward and where you're moving forward to. Okay, I've already shuffled, I've already meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we'll get started on your reading. Okay, my darling Geminis, card at the base of the reading is the Knight of Cups. Card at the base of the reading, your perspective for this time period, and that is the Knight of Cups for you. So, first of all, cards indicate change or the rungs of the ladder, if you will, of change that we go through. All the different court cards represent that. Don't ask me why, I know that, but I do. And Cups energy is our emotional self, our emotional world, you know, our intuition, our feelings, our attractions, etc. And the Knight, with it being masculine, is about action. So it's first of all, we're taking action, moving in a direction towards someone or a situation that we want, that we love, that we're drawn to, that we feel compassion for. It may be conversations that we have, it may be doing things, tasks, etc. So there's action in your love life, in your romantic life, or in your self-love life in the month of over this time period, Gemini. So let's now have a look at what or who you could encounter over this time period. And we've got I was about to say, well, there's a lot of change going on. And there is a lot of change going on. We've got Eight of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Star card. Beautiful energies, actually. The Eight of Pentacles energy is all about where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest security. And with it being number 8 as well, 8s are linked to karma and karmic cycles. So this is about new things that we do, new ways that we can apply ourselves or ways that we apply ourselves that help us to feel secure. Now for you, this could be new ways that help you to feel secure. So that could be in your relationship, for example. You could be doing more, you could be being more affectionate, your partner could be being more affectionate to you, new things could be happening, or you could change your profile on Tinder and be just more honest, more honest with in your profile, for example. That would be there are examples of things that you could directly do that would indicate these types of energies. Okay, so we're working on ourselves. You've been working on yourself, how you manifest the type of relationships and the type of security that you want. You've been working on that, and this is now applying that, and this is now, as I said, doing things differently, applying your energy differently in order that we see it's more authentic. And the more authentic it is, the more stable it is, the more secure it is. Okay, and we also have change here. You know, we've got the Wheel of Fortune here, which also indicates change. So again, it's almost like our focus shifts over this time period, Gemini. It feels like your focus is shifting. Maybe you've been focused previously on love. Maybe you've been focused previously on work, for example. Maybe you've been focused previously on how the other person feels as opposed to how you feel. Or maybe you've been focused on how you can trick people into clicking your Tinder profile, swiping right, but I don't use it, so swiping right or whatever, without maybe you've been like putting on heavy filters or whatever, and now it's like, do you know what, I'm going to change it. I'm just going to be more me. I'm going to just let it be natural. I'm not going to put all these filters on, or whatever people do. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but I am. But this is, again, indicating change. It indicates that it's about time, that romantically, that how I feel about myself, the compassion and love I feel for myself, how I express myself in my relationship or to other people, to potential partners, that is what's shifting, that is what's changing. And it's shifting and changing, indicated by the Wheel of Fortune. Bringing in good fortune indicates good fortune as well. So it indicates good fortune, therefore, in love or in our love actions. They are responded to well. Hang on a second. The response is favourable. The response that you get from doing this, from changing the way you approach things, or changing the way you speak to your partner, or showing yourself more affection, or showing your partner more affection, the way that they respond is also favourable, and it helps to change things for you. Again, changing the perspective, leading you toward healing with the Star card. The Star card is linked to your fellow earth sign of Aquarius. This is Aquarius's card number 17. So it's number 8. Okay, so it's again about new karmic cycles. So 2 8s, we've got new karmic cycles, new karmic energy coming in, new karmic experiences, new experiences in love are coming in. And again, we've further emphasised that with the Wheel of Fortune, and again with the Star card. So we've got this active movement of love energy going on for you guys in the month, in this time period, okay, in February and in March, around Valentine's Day. There's these changes that are coming in. The Star card, yes, indicates new energy, karmic energy. It's linked to the earth, or it's linked to our mind, it's linked to our clarity, it's linked to our knowing. And what happens with what is lovely about earth signs like yourself, Gemini, like Aquarius, what's lovely about you guys is that you have very clear perspective on things. You have a very clear point of view or perspective on an understanding of a situation. You have a very clear understanding of those things. But what can happen, because you, Gemini, won't necessarily be with another Gemini or another earth sign who has the same clarity as you. What happens is you always question that. And you don't question it because you don't trust yourself, but you question it because other people aren't as... You question it because other people question themselves. So because other people are questioning, am I doing the right thing? Am I going in the right direction? And those people are in your relationships, or those people are your family, or your friends, or your ex-partners, or your current partners, whatever. It makes then you question it. It makes you then question your clarity, your focus, your understanding of something. And it's not necessary. It's not necessary for you to question it. Well, it's natural for you to question it, but so most of the time it's not necessary, but it helps you to be more reflective. If you can open up and sort of consider us mere mortals, the rest of us, I'm an earth sign, the rest of us, how hard it is for us to get to that point where we can accept things. You've got to sort of understand that sometimes, to be fair, but you do you, Gemini, you do you anyway. So this energy talks of that foresight, that clarity, talks about that knowing that you have, that you feel that you're going in the right direction, or that these changes are necessary, or that these changes are going to work, and or that these changes are going to bring in positive experiences into your life and more love into your life. So it's almost as if there is that knowing, and as I said, that knowing does not need to be questioned. That's what we get with the Star card. It's there, it's written. There's healing with this energy as well, because the healing comes about with awareness. That's where healing comes from. So when we talk about manifestation and spiritual healing and spiritual growth and spiritual development, they basically all depend on one thing, and that is awareness. That is being able to be aware of what we are feeling and what we are experiencing physically, emotionally, spiritually, in any given mentally, in any given moment. And it's that awareness that helps us to respond to our our feelings, our divine feminine, our intuitions. It helps us to respond to that. It helps us to, it's that response that in turn changes our actions, changes how we apply ourselves, and therefore we start to have different experiences. So, and it's all that awareness, that changing, that acknowledging, that helps to turn the wheel, yes, and that helps to heal us, yes. It helps us to accept ourselves more. It helps us to have more compassion for ourselves, for my truth, for my perspective, for my reality. That's why this star card also indicates healing. Okay, so we're in a good start. We've got a good start so far. So we're in this place now, in February, in March, where we are applying ourselves differently. We're applying our energies differently when it comes to love, okay? And we're doing different things. We're being more affectionate. We're being less afraid. We're being more bold, or whatever it is. It's a shift for you. Now, these cards are what's going on beneath the surface, or hidden feelings, okay? So this is things that might be hidden from you, from your consciousness, things that you might keep hidden from yourself, or things that you might be hiding from your partner, or vice versa. So you apply it because you know your life, okay? We've got the 10 of Wands, first of all. We've got the Magician, and we have got the 7 of Wands. Interesting how we have got, we've got our second number 10 of the day, of the reading of the day. We've got the second number 10, we've got the Wheel of Fortune number 10, we've got the 10 of Wands here. Number 10s, 1 and 0. Wands are about new beginnings, and zeros are about the potential for a brand new start. The potential for the brand new start. But in order to claim that brand new start, we must acknowledge only. We just notice with the Wheel of Fortune. All you've got to do is notice, and usually it makes itself known anyway. But with the the 10 of Wands, what this asks us to do is to put down these wands. The opportunity is there for us to put this down. Now, what these represent is the responsibility, the responsibilities that you put yourself under, or the strain that you have been under, the distractions that we put and the obstacles that we put before ourselves that therefore restrict our actions and restrict what we do. So these wands represent things that we, things that we carry with us, things that we in a way want to carry with us, even if it's subconsciously we want to carry these burdens with us, or this responsibility with us, even if it's subconscious, because it stops us from doing things differently, doesn't it? Or I can't get over, I can't move on, from my ex-husband because we've got kids together. And this is you, still having the conversation with the ex-husband about the kids, and having the conversations with your girlfriends or with your boyfriend, with your guy friends about, he's got a new partner now, he's got a new or how he is with the kids and blah, blah, blah. These are you're giving yourself too much to do at work, whatever it is, taking your eye off the prize. This is what this card represents, and purposely putting obstacles in your way. So if that sounds like you, Gemini, if do you know what, I work ridiculous, I work 30 hours, I'm going to say 30 hours a day, I work, 18 hours a day, this is you working 18 hours a day, I don't have time for love, but what's going on is actually you are doing things differently. Yeah, the opportunity is there for you to recognise that you can apply your energies differently in your love life. That's what is being required of you. That's what you're wanting to do. You're wanting to do that, and you do that. And what's going on beneath the surface is this. It's this, the strain, the responsibility, the things that you have been carrying around with you that have restricted your forward movement. It is time really to transform from them, that be over. Oh, we can just about see you there, Tiny. Hello, doggy. Hello, baby. He came to say hello. When Tiny says hello, you know what that means, don't you, Gemini? That you must pay attention. So this is the opportunity for you, Gemini, to have this new start, to have this new beginning when it comes to love, to how you apply yourself. And just as I'm saying this, then we get the Magician energy, which is all about your manifestation. It's all about you being able to manifest what you want. It's all about you having the tools to manifest the things that you want presently. And this is something that you feel. You will feel that. Do you know what? Even though it's challenging, even though it's been challenging, even though it's been hard, I know that I want to apply myself differently, and I understand and feel that I definitely can make the changes that I want. I know that I can, if I apply myself this way, that will have this outcome for me and for my relationship. And you're willing to do that. You're willing to make that effort, to take those actions in order to manifest and create the type of relationship or life when it comes to love that you want. Okay, we've got this one here also. This is the Seven of Wands. Now, ordinarily, let me give you the breakdown. 7 is number of mystery, my master number also. It's all about the questions that we ask. Where am I going? How am I feeling? What do I need? What do I want? How do I feel? Why do I feel this way? Etc, etc. It's all about the 7. And it's linked to our obviously our 7th chakra. So the affirmation for the 7th chakra is I am, I understand. So it's our spiritual center. It's the development of our enlightenment is number 7. It's how we become enlightened. And the way we can become enlightened, as I said, is by asking the questions. It's by acknowledging and noticing the answers to those questions, and that's what moves the wheel. That's what shifts our energy and shifts our healing. Ordinarily, I say about this card, we know we're standing up for what it is we want. We're trying to work out what it is we want. We're trying to work out what it is we need. But hold on to what you know. Hold on to the one thing that anchors you. That's what I usually say about this card. But I get a different sense here for you, actually. For some of you, some of you will want to or try to or instinctually block your blessings. I get a sense of your male, female, doesn't matter. Get the sense of you're the type of person that doesn't believe that good stuff happens to you. You know, it's like if those people watching Love Island, I don't know if Sean is a Love Islander, I don't know if she's a Gemini, but she was saying last night when I was watching it, she was like saying, you know, it's always me, you know, why do I never I never get treated well, I never get treated good, you know, people never give me love, she was saying that, and I feel that's an example of this, of the vibe I'm getting. Doesn't mean that it's specifically that thought for you, but I'm getting that vibe of there's something that you that you believe about yourself in a way, that you feel about yourself in a way, and it makes up such a solid part of your love identity, of how you feel you are in love, or how you feel partners treat you, or whatever. That in a way it's stopping you, or that has been stopping you, I should say, because it's what's beneath the surface. It's what has been stopping you from moving forward. So this could be, I really want a relationship, but I just have too much work to do, or, you know, but my kids need me, so I can't dare, or whatever. This is like the thing that you hold on to that in a way is the obstacle that stops you from manifesting the type of commitment that you want, or the type of relationship that you have with your partner, you know, to improve things or whatever. It's as if, I don't have the time to have date nights. These are examples. I don't have the time for date nights because I've got so much work to do. But actually, this is what is changing. This is what is shifting. These are the ideas, or the feelings that you have about yourself, the instincts, the seemingly instincts that you have about yourself. It's that is changing when it comes to love. And that's hidden from you, from your conscious mind, or, you know, that's what your partner's feeling, or that's what's hidden from your conscious mind, or what you're hiding from your partner. So it's very important during Mercury retrograde. We get 3-4 a year, obviously depending on the year and depending on blah, blah, blah. So we get 3 or 4 a year Mercury retrogrades, and the time for Mercury retrograde, which is this time period, is going to be from the 16th of Feb to the 9th of March. Mercury is going to be retrograde in Pisces, and at that time, at those times of year, what we should be doing is reflecting on how was this previous year affected me now? What did I learn from it? How did it impact on me? And that's what we should be doing. And that seems what you're doing, because if that's going on beneath the surface for you or for the other person, you're having those reflections and conversations with yourself, and you're gaining that awareness. And it's the awareness that brings through the healing. It's the awareness that makes the changes happen. It's the awareness that means that are the catalyst for you to actually behaving and acting differently. Okay, so finally we're going on, moving forward. Where are we going? Where are you going? What are you saying? 777s. Well, we've got 7s, and as I said, 7 is the number of mystery, but we've got 3. So I'll get I'll use. I don't like to use books necessarily, but this is my little tarot book, my large tarot book, which is, I don't know, from the 60s or something, and I'll tell you what 3 7s mean. 3 sevens. Hang on, 7, 7, 7, 7s. 3 sevens. Agreements, contracts, alliances. So remember, as I said, sevens are about our awareness, our conscious mind, our thoughts, our ability to communicate that to ourselves and with other people. With the sword energy, hang on a second. Yeah, sorry. I was so confused. I confused myself then. The sword energy is also about your awareness. It's about your, hang on a second. Hang on. Strike that. I'm going to just start again. Pretend I've never done anything about the 7 of Swords because I forgot. Anyway. So the 7 of Swords. The number 7 is the number of mystery. It's about the questions that we ask. It's about, and it's linked to our understanding and our developing our awareness is number 7. The sword energy is also about our awareness and about our conscious minds. So this is questions that we ask ourselves. This is not necessarily a shift in perspective, but it's about what you understand is false. And I really think it's what you understand about yourself is false. What you think about yourself, or your ability to be more affectionate, for example, or your ability to be more truthful with on your Tinder profile, for example, or how you see yourself as being in a relationship. What type of wife or husband or partner are you? That is what needs to change. You have a way of, as I said, seeing yourself, Gemini, that I think is changing, and I'm hoping he's changing. I'm hoping that these things are indicating that you're going to start to engage more truthfully with yourself, because this is about you asking questions about your perspective. Why do I think this way? Why do I believe this? Why do I perceive things to be this way? That's what that's the type of questions that are conjured by the card of by the energy of the 7 of Swords, and it's for you to ask them for yourself. Now look at the work you've been doing. For some of you, Gemini, it is work related. You have used work as an excuse to not show your self-love, to not nurture yourself, to not nurture your partner or your relationship or your romantic life. You've, in a way, some of you, yes, have definitely used work as an excuse. And actually what that does is it stops us, it's a barrier from us truly seeing and truly being aware of what is in our hearts, of what is in our emotional world. And you're getting an opportunity as we move into March, as we move toward the middle of March, and as I said, Mercury goes direct again on the 9th, you're getting an opportunity to encounter these things, to see these things, and I think it's because you are acting differently. So even though beneath the surface you have this belief, and I'm just going to continue with this example because it's easier. So even though you have this belief that the reason I can't go on date nights, or the reason I can't date, or the reason I can't spend more time with him or her is because I've got too much work to do. So even though you have that thought in your mind, or you have that feeling in your body, you are still acting differently towards your partner or in your romantic life. So even though you're like, I'm too busy, you're doing not, you're actually agreeing to dates and you're going on them, or you're actually turning your phone off in bed and actually having a conversation with your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or whatever. So even though you feel, oh my God, I'm really stressed, I'm having this conversation with him and I really need to reply to this email, you are still doing things differently in your relationships or in your romantic life. You're still taking those actions, which is beautiful. But what happens with that is you encounter then these things. You come up against, oh my God, why? Okay, yeah, I'm sat here in bed and you know, speaking to him, even though I want to answer those emails. Why am I thinking about the emails when I'm sat here with the love of my life? Why am I thinking about those emails? Why am I feeling guilty about thinking about those emails? So it's like the new actions that you take actually helps you to encounter confusion, which in turn leads to clarity. So these are the questions that you ask. These are those questions going on in your head when you're on that Tinder date, not because you know, you've met this new person on Tinder, you go on this Tinder date, and it's like, why am I on this Tinder date? Why am I on this Tinder date? Why did I pick him? Why did it? Whatever. The new actions are bringing up for you, which is what they're meant to do. They're bringing to the surface these type of energies, these type of questions. But what that's helping to do is helping you to develop your awareness, your truth of the true state of, this is my true state of how I'm feeling about myself. This is my true state of how I feel about relationships. This is my true state of how I feel about the impact of my past, etc., etc., etc. That's what this is leading you towards. So it's leading you toward a huge amount of clarity and understanding and engagement with your emotions. This card, it indicates beautiful engagement, literally direct engagement with all those things that you carry, all those emotions, all those thoughts, all those ideas, all those wishes, those desires, those romantic feelings, those memories that you have about the past partner, blah, blah, blah. All of those are carried in this cup with the Queen. And it's about your understanding of all of those things, or of one of those things for you, you know? It's about the understanding of that. It's about developing that. And it's about focusing on it. You only gain that understanding by looking closely at it, as you do with the Queen of Cups. So I keep saying to everyone actually today when I've done these readings, use this energy of Mercury retrograde in Pisces, because it's actually helping us to get rid of some of the old ways of thinking. Get rid of some of the old ways of thinking. Purge it, clear it out. It's helping us to get rid of those. And it's helping us to, getting rid of those things, we start new paths, we start new journeys, we go in new directions. It doesn't mean you're leaving your husband or you're leaving your wife or anything. It just means that we can start to behave differently, because we no longer carry the things that we had before. So I've got both hands free when I drop this. When I understand that, I've got both hands free. So once both hands are free, then I can make different moves. I can do different things. I can apply my energy in different ways. And that is what's going on for you. And this, yes, we're still on this hangover up until March, up until we get to the middle of March, actually. We're still in the hangover of 2019. We're still in that hangover of really sort of reflecting on what last year was and how it affected me and the intensity of last year, but also most importantly, what it showed you, what it taught you about yourself. And that, it's that helps us to move forward. It's that propels you forward towards a more clear and truthful and authentic engagement with your own emotions. And that in turn is definitely going to be a benefit for your relationships and for your romantic life going forward. Okay, Gemini, I hope you like this reading, my darlings. I always love reading for Geminis and the earth signs, because they're always very clear. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, etc. Don't forget to watch your moon sign, rising sign and Venus sign, with it being a love reading, or the partner's sign as well, or cross watch if you need to. Your sun, moon and stars in-depth intuitive tarot for February into March is available on my channel, so you can check that out on the playlist or on my channel page right now. And do not forget, you can follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram, on Facebook, for extra little snippets throughout the week. Okay, my darlings, I have loved doing this reading for you. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a wonderful Valentine's, Gemini, and I will see you all again very soon with your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.